Hey guys, this is System, and this is all the mod 6 to the sky. Hope everyone is well and an amazing day. Let's go ahead and jump right back into this pretty cool pack here. So, in between episodes, I went ahead and worked on our perks a little bit. So, if you kind of check them out, check out the Astral Tome, see I'm up to level 27. Go to our perks here. I pretty much grabbed everything that gave us life, but before I did that, kind of beelined it up to here. This one actually makes it so we get experience by breaking blocks. It also gives us some extra reach, which I really don't care about. I find those reach things usually end up messing me up half the time anyway, but it does give us extra reach. But the main thing I wanted was the breaking blocks. So now I just use the wand and then break the blocks, and then I get a whole bunch of levels. I did that up to level 23, and it went really fast and worked really well. At this point, is this going up passively? I'm probably going to let it go to 30, which is the max. Then we'll go ahead and switch this over to something else. So that's kind of the plan there. We're up to an extra bar and 1.5 more hearts. So we went from purple to pink to a lighter pink. So that's kind of how that works there. And yeah, we just get a bunch of hearts now, which is actually pretty sweet. And I guess that's all with that. So we'll kind of move that over there. I guess in here, I went ahead and crafted up a bunch of things too. So I set up all the automation to be able to make all these recipes. I can make them all willy-nilly. I have a whole bunch of upgrades all lined up and ready to go. This entire setup here today is going to be for this here, fissile fuel. Fissile fuel is something we need to be able to make this polonium pellets, which is something that is part of the ATM star. Right down here, I think. Right there with the, I think that's like a mecha suit kind of upgrade, I think. Requires mechanism generators. Maybe it's a generator upgrade. Either way, whatever it is, we need it. And we need these pellets, so we're going to have to go through this, which is pretty cool. This fuel is actually used in a fission reactor, which is a new machine I've never used. But yeah, just water and fissile fuel is your steam and nuclear waste. And nuclear waste, I think, is used for the pellet. So this fuel, the way you kind of make it is a little weird, right? Well, it's not a little weird. It's a little complicated, I should say. You need this uranium hexafluoride to do that. There's two sides here. We'll go with the easy one first. It needs uranium oxide. That is this yellow cake uranium done in a chemical oxidizer. And then you have to run uranium through an enrichment chamber, and then you get your yellow cake. So that's how it works there. Very tasty, makes wonderful cakes. It's like, oh, just yummy. Either way, let's go ahead and head this way. This is the more, I guess, complicated way. Side, I should say. It's the hydrofluoric acid. We actually need the sulfuric acid done in a chemical dissolution with the fluorite, which we actually have seeds for, which is awesome. Then you need water vapor, which is done in a rotary. That's actually pretty easy. But you also need sulfur trioxide, which is sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Oxygen we're already getting in our setup, I guess, for, what were we doing there? Our gas burning generators. But we're going to set up another one. So that's actually pretty easy. And this side is sulfur dioxide. This is sulfur done in a chemical oxidizer. So there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of moving parts. Moving around gas is always a pain, but I already have a way to kind of move around gas a lot easier. I'm going to show you this block really quickly before we start here, because I found this mod and I love it. It is totally awesome. Let's go something like this here. There you go. Awesome. This is from the mod Entangled, I should say. And it lets you link the blocks, right? So if I do this and do that, it links to the block. And I'm just going to link to them all. There you go. It's kind of like phantom faces. The only reason I show with the beacons is because I did this accidentally when I was trying to automate this thing. It actually, with the beacons, it still shoots out the lights and gives you quite the light show. It's actually pretty awesome. But we're going to be able to use this to move around gases kind of remotely and anywhere we want to. So you can see here, you can actually connect to, I guess, if you have one output, you could have like, one input block. You could have 20 different output blocks and move liquids, gases, energy, whatever you want, to all different places that are entangled to that block. So it should be really useful for gases because this just basically becomes that block and just follows the same rules of the side. So I thought this mod's going to be pretty awesome and something we're going to use a lot probably in the future if it's in other packs, because this mod is ridiculously powerful. It's a lot like Phantom Faces, right? So pretty pumped for that. I have a room set up and I think we have pretty much everything ready to go. So let's go ahead and sort this all out and probably start on the uranium oxide first, probably the plan. Okay, let's go ahead and actually set up the uranium oxide. So I'm just going to kind of bring it up kind of like this here, I think. Actually, I'm going to break that cable. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. Probably grab this as our placement. That looks good. Then we're going to grab the enrichment chamber. Now, the enrichment chamber is going to be one that actually takes the uranium, right? So I have to go ahead and grab some of that. No, it's uran, right? Let's go ahead and grab you. There we go. Awesome. And sweet. Cool. So what we'll do is go ahead and just export this into the back of it, right? So it's kind of like this here. Go ahead and actually grab a crafting card because that'll make it easier. grab a stack upgrade, and then probably 2 speeds. That is good. And we might as well get all the upgrades in here as well as put the uranium in it, right? And we'll go ahead and make sure it has muffling upgrades first, because mechanism machines are notoriously loud. Right? That's good there. You'll need some universal cables, because we'll need some power here, right? So what we'll want to do is probably something like this. We'll just power all of these from the bottom, because that'll just keep it nice and clean, right? That is the whole point of this setup right now, just keeping everything as clean as possible. There we go. Sweet. I think I need to come out like 4 here. I had a measuring tape here earlier. The measuring tape's really good. You can kind of like measure things, right? So do something like that. See how long it is between, I guess, different kind of blocks and stuff. You shift right click, get rid of it. That's really good when you're trying to set up stuff like this. But anyway, that's cool. Let's go ahead and go to the back of this. We want this as a input, right? That should start getting the uranium. It's making the yellow cake, and then we're going to probably want a output, which is already set, and auto eject on. So that machine should be ready. That one's good. Let's go ahead and head to the second one here. This is going to be the oxidizer. There you go. This is going to be the one that actually makes the oxide, I guess, the uranium oxide. This machine is strange too, really strange actually. This is considered the front of the machine. So it's really kind of confusing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and configure it now, then rotate it, because I don't like it. I don't want to see that part of it. We want item. How do I want this? When I rotate this, it's going to change actually. Will that mean the back is going to be the input? Or will that input be fine? Input? Actually, I think that's okay, right? If I rotate that, the item should get in there. Anyway, let's go ahead and rotate it. There you go. Rotate. Let's just do this here, right? There you go. I'll use that as the front of the machine because it doesn't really matter. Then we'll go ahead and use a logistical. There you go. Just need to move the items from there to there, right? Let's go ahead and actually set this. So we need to move it to anything but that. There you go. Pull that there. Make sure it's set to pull the items. And then that is not working. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick. There you go. Maybe it is this one. Is that the input? Yeah, that's the input there. Anyway, this machine is so weird with its sideness. Anyway, it's getting its items. It's actually making the uranium oxide. That's what we want. So we're probably going to want to go ahead and upgrade this one as well. Do that. Probably some muffling. And then finally some energy. Sweet. And this thing should go at a pretty good pace. So there you go. So that's awesome. We already have the, I guess, sulfur aspect of it done. Not sulfur, sorry, uranium aspect of it done. And we could go ahead and actually set up the end of the chain, I guess, at this point. So what we'll do is go ahead and grab this here, right? And we want to make sure we're 4 out. Otherwise, my measurements will not work in the end. Then I guess we're going to grab this chemical infuser, right? Go ahead and do this one. This is going to be the one that actually makes the, what's it called? The hexafluid or something like that? I forget what it's called, that one. This one. But anyway, it takes the uranium oxide, right? And then, yeah, the uranium oxide and the hydrofluoric actually makes the hexafluid, which goes into this one, right? So we're going to move that kind of fluid, not fluid, the gas, I guess is what it is, wirelessly. That is kind of the point, and why we're using these entangled blocks, right? Which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and do this here. We're going to want to link it to this one, right? Do that and that. Then we just need to find the side for the gas. I guess we could just auto output on every side of this with the gas and not worry about it, right? Because the gas won't be connected to anything else. So I don't know what the side of this is, I guess. I don't want to worry about it. It's not going to be connected to anything else, so I'm just going to do that. Then we need a tube. Then we grab a tube, pop it right there. Then just go ahead and pump that out. And now we have the final kind of gas into this one already. And it's just, look how far away that is and how beautiful that is. It's just amazing and so good. I love this. I love this entangled block. It's actually just so good all around. And then I guess this is when it's done. We'll end up just getting piped into that. Won't even have to use an entangled block on that one. And yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and get those machines upgraded, I guess. Sweet. And then move on to the next ones. Apparently this one too is a really like power hog, right? That one, I believe, when it's like fully uprated, uses something like 100,000 RF or something crazy like that. It's an immense amount of power either way. It's just nuts, man. We may have to actually set up a temporary reactor for it. We have 2 of them. We'll see if 2's enough with our actual setup in the end, right? Because that's using about 90,000 RF, and then we're going to have all these machines upgraded, right? So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a power hog. So that is a thing. Okay, the next machine we're going to set up here is actually going to be for sulfur, and it's going to get us sulfur dioxide. Then we need to do the electrolytic for the actual oxygen. Then we need to mix those 2 to get our sulfur trioxide, right? So let's go ahead and get those ones done. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pump that in there and put that over there. Also went ahead and switch the side on this entangled block because I realized it was going to be our problem later on, and I don't want it to be. So yeah, it just we'll be able to like pipe the other liquid directly into this side, just directly, so it'd be easier if it's on the other side. So that works out. Anyway, we got this going here. We need to kind of sort out the side here, right? So we want to go into the back. So let's look at this side when we're doing it right here. So this is the front, right? Bam, the back would be, let's see here. The back would be right here. So we want a item input, I guess, over here. That's good. Then we're going to go ahead and pump sulfur here. We have the sulfur seed. It is actually pretty awesome. Go ahead and do that. Do this. Go ahead and grab a exporter. That looks good. Going to need another crafter card. Go ahead and grab 2 more speeds and a stack. And we should be good there. Go ahead and actually grab some sulfur. I don't even know if we have any of the system. I have the essence. Just go ahead and tell it to make some of the dust. There we go. That is good. We just need 1. Then we can set our filter, right? I guess you don't even do that. I could have just dragged that, right? I completely forgot we could do that. But anyway, that's good there. It's doing its thing. And it should be getting the actual sulfur dioxide, which is awesome. So that's cool. That one's all done. So the next one we need is the actual electrolytic. Let's go ahead and grab that one. This one's going to need water. And then that is totally wrong. I don't know what that is. Let's go ahead, pop that right there. Don't need to rotate this thing or anything like that. We'll just have to pump water into the back of it. So something like that there. We'll want a pipe on this one, right? So let's do a pipe. Then we're going to want to actually configure it. So let's make sure we're not on rotate. There you go. Sweet. And that should get the actual water and start producing, right? So that's good. Now hydrogen we don't need. So we're going to set it to dumping excess because otherwise it'll stop working. And then we're going to go ahead and actually get this one all upgraded. And then we have to mix these 2 liquids, right? All right, not liquids. I got to stop calling them liquids, right? They're all gases unless they say liquid, right? So that's a thing. So that's good there. That one's fine. This one's fine. And then we'll need the next machine, right? So that is actually pretty good. Didn't take much time to do that at all. So the next one is going to be a chemical infuser. This one just takes 2 gases, mixes them together, and you get something else, right? So pretty simple. We're going to go ahead and grab, I guess, a tube. Need at least one of those. Should be able to pull this one directly. This one auto outputs too. The machine just set up to do this. So don't have to do anything for the oxygen. It's already taken care of. These 2 over here, though, will probably link up with another entangler. So let's actually grab a entangler here and decide how we're going to do it. What is the next machine? Probably the rotary, right? So it doesn't matter if I put this here, basically is what I'm trying to think. Let's go ahead and do that. Here you go. Although it may get in the way. Can I put it through the top? I wonder if I could put this through the top. It would actually make it a little cleaner, because when I put the rotary here, I'm going to need a tube. And it may mess up things, because I'm going to have to... Actually, no, the rotaries... Let's try this. This should be fine. Ignore me. Ignore me. I'm just putting blocks everywhere now. Let's get rid of those 2. Sweet, get rid of this one, right? Then we're going to go ahead and entangle this again. So let's go to our entangler, and then we need to move the stuff out of this one into this one, right? So we're going to do that. And we need to remember we're looking at the front when we look at the side right here, right? So we're going to want it to come out of the left side of the machine. So let's go to gases, go to output on the left, and that should be right. Let's see if it's right. Let's go to a tube. Let's do that right there and pop that right there. That looks like it. It's connected and everything, so that looks like it's probably correct. Let's go ahead and actually grab the configurator. Make sure it's not on rotate. Sweet. And there we go. We're actually getting our sulfur dioxide. So that is awesome. So that is another one to take care of pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get this one sped up. Sweet. Sweet. And make it quiet. There we go. Got tons of sulfur trioxide. Really easy. And we'll end up having to link this in a bit. But let's go ahead and at least do the rotary. Let's go grab this one. Let's do you. Rotary should be another one. It just, this one's going to take liquids. Oh, this is where I thought I was going to have the problem. And I am. I'm going to have to fix this. But at least I get to show you something, a way of fixing this when you get the wrong things in, I guess, in a machine, right? Let's go ahead and break this connection, right? Because this is going to get a material we don't need here. We don't need liquid sulfur at all. Let's go ahead and speed it up, though. Let's get this done. But we will have to get this out, and I don't want to just void it off with a tank and stuff. There's actually an easy way to do it. So let's actually grab a dropper. These are the gauge droppers, actually from Mekanism, and that's kind of the point. Let's go ahead, I think it goes right there. There you go. Yeah, liquid sulfur dioxide, nothing in there. That's exactly what we want. So that's good there. Let's go ahead and actually grab a tube. No, we need a pipe this time. Guess we got to move the liquid over this way. Sweet. Let's do that. Then tell this to move stuff out. That's good. Then I think we need to make sure this is on this way. We need it to be on deconcentrating, I guess it is what it is. And to give us our water vapor. So that's actually the next gas we need there. So that is good. And then I forget what's next actually. So we go, it's obviously an infuser. Let's go ahead and take the infuser. Let's pump this one right here. I think this one's gonna go straight into that. Let's look at the water vapor. Go to use on that. Oh, this is our sulfuric acid one, right? So we could run the steam, I guess not steam, it's water vapor system, straight into this side. It doesn't matter what side it goes on, right? So we'll just use a tube here. Let's go ahead and grab tube, something like that there. Go ahead and pull that out. That's good. And this should get it all backed up. Then I guess we're gonna have to entangle this one, is it? Yes, and get the trioxide out of that. So let's go ahead and grab an entangled block here. Sweet. Let's do you. Let's go ahead and get you out of there. That looks good. And then I guess we'll just have to do the front of this one, right? So let's actually go to the actual tool. Sweet. And it is this one, right? So just make sure. Yep. Do that. Go ahead and I guess entangle that. And then we should be able to just use a tube on this one. And then tell it to pull into here, right? There you go. Look at this, man. And we're getting our sulfuric acid. So yeah, these entangled blocks are amazing. I'm loving these, right? They're so easy for just like little kind of ways of moving around the gases, liquids, energy, anything you want to move around, right? Basically. But just do it in such an easy way, right? Just an easy way. And you don't really have to worry about setting up or configuration of machines or anything like that. Well, I do have to worry about the configuration of these machines, right? But at the same time, it is way simpler than other options. So I'm really enjoying this. And I think we just have one more machine. I'm just trying to think of what we have to do here. So the last machine is going to go ahead and take this here, the sulfuric acid, right? And that's going to go through the dissolution. That is not what it's going to make. It's going to make, let's go to the actual fissile fuel here. Sweet. Go to, yes, it's the hexafluid we're going for, right? Oh yeah, we need to make hydrofluoric acid. So we need to take the chemical dissolution, fill it full of sulfuric, and then pump it full of fluorite. I think that's what it is. Yes. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have another connection problem here, aren't we? Huh. Have to sort that out. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab everything. And okay, let's go ahead and get the last one in place. So I think the easy fix is actually just go to gases, right, and turn off this side, right? If I turn off the left side, then it should be able to put the gas in that side, right? So if I put this down now, yeah, we're actually safe. Awesome. So that is good. Now we need to move the sulfuric acid into this, but we also need to move in that fluoride as well. So we're going to go ahead, I guess, and grab this here. There you go. We're going to have a problem. We have a problem. I could probably get the liquids in the top. We'll have to test that. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab this. Every time I fix a problem, I find a new one. Let's go ahead and pop that up there. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see if we can hunt down the, what is it, fluorite or fluorite, whatever it is. It's FLU, right? FLU, this stuff right here. Yeah, this stuff. Let's go ahead and grab you. Sweet. You need to get that into the back of this one. Awesome. Then we'll probably have to configure that, right? So let's go to the side, make sure we're on items, and make sure we're on back, and make sure it's on input, right? So it's actually getting that. Cool. Let's make sure we have all our upgrades in here, because you guys will yell at me if I don't. Let's go ahead and do that. Awesome, awesome, and awesome. We're good there. And then I guess we'll go ahead and upgrade the machine while we're at it. Then see if we can actually get the fluid in this one. We may have to rotate this one, just because I don't know if that's like a preset side in this machine. Sometimes you gotta wonder when they have those like big holes and stuff. Sometimes they're presets. So hopefully don't have to run this one backwards, but I guess it works out either way. So that's good there. We have to get the sulfuric now into this one. So we'll see if we're able to do it to like the top, like I said. Let's just put it like right here maybe. There you go. We'll have like facade blocks here anyway. They'll probably be like stairs or some kind of display block. This definitely be stairs down here hiding this cable. And I'll probably do that before the end of the episode anyway. So that's good. So let's go ahead and actually grab this here. Let's go ahead and just link that one, right? Then we want to link it to this, right? So we want to make sure it's going to accept liquids through the top. So not liquids, sorry, gases. which it looks like it's already set by default. So that should work, I think. Input top gases. Yeah, that looks good to me. That's got all that stuff. So let's try it out. I'm just trying to make sure I don't mix anything again, because it was already a pain to pull all this stuff out of this one the first time when I had that on the wrong side, right? And then I guess I did it again with the rotary. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab our pressurized tube. Is it the tube? Yes, it is the tube. Let's do that. It's connecting, so that is looking good. Go ahead and actually see if we can do it. There we go. We actually have our hydrofluoric acid, which is awesome. And now we should be able to just pull this one directly in here and pretty much be done. I guess we'll just have to move it into here. Yeah, this is working out. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and actually grab our actual tube again. Sweet. Let's go ahead and make sure it's pulling. Looks like this one automatically pulls, but that is good. We're already filled up on uranium hexafluoride, so that is awesome. So I guess we just need one more of these. There you go. Then we'll be pretty much done. We'll actually end up with two, because I'll end up moving the fissile fuel at some point. But for right now, I just need one more. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do that. And then I guess we're going to go ahead and grab I guess we should link them up first, right? Let's go ahead and actually grab the actual, what is this thing called? Entangled binder. There you go. Let's go ahead and switch to what it is entangled to, right? So this one, we'll want the output to be on the front of this for gases, right? So the front looks like it's already configured that way. Probably why the holes are. And then I guess we could just, just make sure it's linked again. Do that. And then we should be able to pull that into the side, hopefully. Unless we have to configure the sides of this one. Let's see here. That's items. We do not want items. Wait. Why does this one have an item config? Where does this one take item? Oh, it didn't. I was on the wrong machine. I was all confused for a second. Looks like I can take gases on any side, actually. Except for the front, which is by default the output. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and actually grab the actual tubes again. Sweet. Tubes. Sweet. Do that. And then see if we can actually get this in here. And if so, we are effectively finished on this. So that is actually pretty awesome. There you go. Awesome. It's actually making it. We got a whole bunch of the actual fissile fuel really quick. And I guess we should go ahead and make some tanks, right? So let's actually see if I did this recipe right. Where's the good ones? Not the advanced, the actual ultimates. Let's go ahead and make like 5 or 6 of them. There you go. That looks good. And then just fill up kind of like a backlog of it. So when we finally get to the actual fission reactor, we'll have a good amount of it, right? That is kind of the plan. So that is cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. I'm so happy this all worked, actually. This all worked out perfectly. I had the idea in my head, but I wasn't sure it was actually going to work. Anyway, these actually taking a long time. Wait, did I mess up a recipe? We need to go check things. Looks like it's actually doing things. Sweet. Did I not switch this over? Oh, these things are just slow. These things are so slow. I wish you could make these way faster. You can't turn these into factories either, can you? I don't think so, right? You can't do the metallurgics? Metaller. Yeah, there's no upgraded version of this. Unfortunately, because yeah, these things are slow as dirt. Let's go ahead and do that. Do some of this, some of that, some of that. Just get everything done, man. Give me what I need. There you go. Should be at least done one of them, right? That is completely the wrong way. That looks like the right way there. Sweet. Let's go ahead and grab a tank and see how this is going. We got 6 ultimates. That's good. And then I guess we'll just do something like this for right now. Did I only grab one? Oh, yeah. These things don't stack, do they? Metadata, man. There you go. Awesome. And then we'll just kind of pull it out here. I'm going to make it a little ugly for right now, but I just want to backlog this stuff, right? So let's just do that. And then this and that. There you go. Then we're going to go ahead and actually grab, I guess, another tube, man. A couple more tubes and we're done. Sweet. Oh, we may have a mix there. I'm not even going to bother doing these ones right now, I guess. Let's get that out of there. Cool. Get that out of there. Because once I do, it's going to connect to that tube, right? And then we have another problem. But anyway, that's doing that. It's producing fuel. It looks like it's producing at a good pace too. 256 millipockets, pretty much a tick. I don't know if any of the machines are going to like fall way behind though. Looks like this one's a little behind. That once it gets through the I guess backlog, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I have to wait a little bit to see if it's going to get caught up anywhere. It's going to get caught up anywhere. It's probably going to be the oxidizers. I think these are only so fast, right? So yeah, maybe only get a certain amount of speed of it in the end, but I think it's still a pretty good setup. Also, this is not getting enough power at all. So I need to go sort out our power and find out where all our power is going. because that is definitely a problem. So apparently one of my reactors wasn't turned on, so it is now, but I also want to go ahead and temporarily turn these off. We actually have more than enough to upgrade these up to tier 7. I just haven't yet, right? So that's the thing. Can we just turn these off a really easy way? No, it doesn't look like it actually. We're going to have to go ahead and do this, I guess. I guess I could have pulled out the cards. If I pulled out the cards, it probably would have worked just fine, right? And that would have been an easy solution. Sweet. So that should be good there. Let's go back and head back to main and see if we can find the right area here. It's this one. Of course, the last one. There you go. See if this is actually going kind of at max speed. It's still not going at max speed. So yeah, this thing is a beast. It is totally a beast. It takes a ton of power. Plus everything else is taking a bunch of power too. How much power is actually coming in here? 220,000, which is pretty much all of our power is being used on this right now. So we are using a ton of power here. So I'll probably end up setting up a couple temporary nitro reactors again. Just a couple more, maybe 2 more of them, until we actually get to the point where we'll get onto other power, right? Which won't be too long. We really need to go ahead and set up our tier 7s and then our tier 8 environmental tech setups so we can actually get to the solars, right? But this is still good for now. This is still really good, and it's producing. It's going to get hopefully caught up here. If not, I guess it doesn't matter too much. But it is doing a pretty good job, I guess. Some of these machines are a little starved. This one is definitely starved. This one's starved. How much are these all using? Some of them must be using tons of power outside of this, right? What else is using all the power? Maybe this one just uses too much powered up. Maybe that is a problem. Maybe if I just, you know, oh, not energy. Let's leave energy in there. I want to pull some speeds out. maybe that? Oh, it can function now. There we go. So take one of those out for now, and then it's still using all our power though. The thing's a beast, man. Holy moly. Looks like we have just about enough. I may have to pull out one more out of that for right now. Let's go, I guess, go to upgrades, one more speed, maybe like that. I mean, I keep doing, yeah, that's speed, right? Yeah, there we go. Now our power should be okay, right? It's still using 200. Okay, there we go. It's down to 110,000. We're going to leave it at there right now. Like I said, I'm just building up a backlog anyway. How much do these actually hold? 512 buckets each. And we are producing it at a really good pace, actually. Really fast pace, actually. That is not too bad at all. I'm quite happy with this. So I went ahead and prettied this up a bit, just using a whole bunch of steel blocks from Mekanism, which are pretty sweet. And I also entangled the block to the centrifuge, just so I could pull the fuel all back here. Just get it all filled up with tanks. I'm probably going to need a bunch more of these tanks, actually, because they're actually filling up really quick. So I'd like to have, I guess, a nice backlog of the actual fuel before we actually get started on the reactor, right? So let's go ahead and maybe make like 10 more of those, get them done, get them all wired up. And yeah, just really awesome all around. I think this looks pretty sweet. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I love how it's just like a big long daisy chain. So that is pretty amazing and really cool. But I think we're gonna go ahead and actually wrap this one up here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. Well, you guys all have a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.